Shall we play a game?
Hey viewers, how you doing? Hello, Andy Ladd and V for Vitty. It's time for PZB. Yep. All right, what are we looking at? Cargo Line, Volume 6. And I have to say, I came this close to not being able to run this stream. This close. Anyway, Rail Journeys. What does it come with? Go look at the Ludwig. Time for some Weiswurst journeys. Cargo line gas, 18 things. We have Cold Chain, which has 2 scenarios. I'll go to the scenarios later, so I won't explain them now. And 1, 2, 3, 4 services. And you can see the services all start with GC. That stands for Cargo Line Gas, I guess. We have Steel Pipeline, which also stands for Cargo Line Gas. Why aren't we live? What is going on? Are we live? Oh, we are live. Okay. All right. Oh, look, my stream's like, wow. My stream preview's like ages behind. What's going on? What's going on? What's so far behind? Is it live or not? No. I think it's live. Is it live? I think it's live. All right. Okay. I'll explain everything. Don't worry. And we've got services. Yep. Good. Next, flow state. We've got 2 scenarios and a bunch of services. Get the idea yet? Okay, good. All right, let's go and have a look at other stuff. So, first up, does it work in Creators Club, Formation Designer? I am pleased to say, I think it's that one. No, it's not that one. I thought I made one for this. Oh, is it that one? No. I thought I made one. Bah. Fine. Add new. Weiswurst. Why do I keep calling it Weiswurst? Because they're big white sausages. Formation to builder. Add official. We'll add the trash can. Come on. Add the trash can. Add official. Zags Gas Tanker. There it is. And you can have empty or loaded. I don't know why there's... whatever. But anyway, see, clearly works. Okay, works in Formation Designer. This is good. Oh, that's why I didn't do it, because I didn't save it. There we go. Thank you for the confirmation, Andy. And let's try Livery Designer. Can you paint the buggers? Zags. Ooh. Okay, add new. Can you paint it? Looks like you can paint it. Paint. You know what we're doing, don't you? Yep, done. You can paint them. Good. Can't paint the undercarriage. It's the same as all the other German stuff. All right. What about... I did like the 187. What about Scenario Planner? I actually don't know this one. I never got time to try it. Ludwigsbahn. Can you make a scenario with a gas tanker? You'll do. Blah. Create new. Sausage. And off the rails, no, we want Ludwigsbahn. And add new service, players controlled, Cargolicious, confirm, the name cannot be empty, the name cannot be empty, confirm. Hey, it worked. I'm surprised. Add a new path from Frankenstein to somewhere, Kaiserslautern, that'll do. Yep, that'll be fine. Yep. No, not the portal. There, Kaiserslautern. Boop. And we'll stop at Hochspire. Good. Confirm service. Oh, they're all passenger things. What shit. Let's put that on there. Yeah. Okay. Clearly I don't know how to use Scenario Planner anymore because it didn't offer me any freight stuff. Anyway, we'll get out of there. It does actually work, I'm told. Right. Okay, more importantly, Rail Journeys. Go to Sausage Land again. Mannheim, Kaiserslautern, Ludwigsbahn. Cargo Line Gas. We looked at the journeys. I'm an idiot. Okay. Choose a route. Ludwigsbahn. Let's look at the scenarios. We have Mannheim RBF to Tanklager Speyer. Big tank of beer, clearly. And you're going to help run a shipment of loaded tanks to the storage terminal at Speyer. Sounds exciting. Now, bear in mind that Adam's scenarios are like services. They are different because they take different paths and often have different formations to what you get in the run-of-the-mill services, but you're expected to know what to do. He doesn't hold your hand. Tanklager Speyer to Saarbrücken RBF. And this one is continue the journey of this service taking loaded tanks from Speyer to customers in France. Nice. Taking the Russian gas to France. Complete the last portion of the service taking empty tanks to the facility at Rheingonheim. Cool. Saarbrücken. Returning to the terminal at BASF. Take charge of a train from Kaiserslautern to Ludwigshafen. Do you know BASF was the best kind of recording tape when I was a student? With 24 fully loaded tankers in tow, complete the first leg of this service bound for customers in France. And this is having discharged its cargo, return a rake of empty tankers to the terminal. That's very exciting, isn't it? Now, timetable services, I think there are 18. So let's have a look at those. Well, it definitely does work in Scenario Planner. I was just reading this. You have to put on the DBBR 185.2, and then you can have 8, 16, or 24 Zags, unless you make your own formations, which would be fine. All right, timetables. I don't think there's any on the expert, but let's just confirm that. I'm pretty sure there aren't. Let's get something freightish. Yeah, you'll do. Are there any GCs on expert? No GCs on expert. Okay, good. I kind of knew that anyway, but here we go. Let's go with the 185. Actually, let's do this one. I haven't run the MRCE for years. Naverka Dresden. And we have all the GC ones. So all of these, which range from the shortest there, I think I saw was 11 minutes. I saw another one, it's 12. Lots of them around the hour mark. There's a half-hour one. So, yeah, looks like they're all pretty long. Now I should probably read your chat things. You're probably asking me questions. Hello, V for Vitty, Andy Ladd, Grumpy Englishman, Racing Transport, Bradmore 88, Mark B, and that's it for the people who are chatting anyway. So welcome along. And I am doing well, thanks, Andy. V says, g'day. I should actually start a service, shouldn't I? Let's run a scenario. Let's run a scenario. That's a good idea. That one? No. You have to go out. That's right. You have to go there. Then you can go scenarios. We'll run one of these. Let's run the short one first. Why not? It'll explode or not. It'll be fine. It'll be good. I have got the TSCX controller again. Hopefully it won't bust my balls quite as much as it did yesterday. And I need to catch up my thing to actually be live, which it seems to be now. So it's good. It's caught up. GC 59005 Mannheim RBF, which is a freight terminal, if I remember correctly. You going to let me do anything? No, of course not. You're currently stopped alongside Mannheim Hochbahnhof. Wait for passing traffic. There we go. We're outside. Looks like the loco is already set up. Let's, what have we got in the way of safety systems? Well, we should turn more. LZB won't matter. PZB and CIFA. Turn them on. Just check the other bits back here. Parking brake is off, I think. Where brakes are cut in. Headlights. That looks good. I don't know what brake mode it's supposed to be in because I don't know German trains. There you go. Signal lights normal seems fine to me. Better put the reverser in. Go to forwards. Check the train to ensure it's ready. It looks pretty ready to me. Let's release the brakes and we shall... That's the electric brake. I want to apply this one. Oop. And where is RFB on this one? There? There it is. RFB. Good. Let's go look at a wagon. Actually, since we're sitting here, have we got time? We've got time. Let's put the reverser back to neutral so we don't get pinged. And we'll leave the direct brake on. She'll climb down gracefully. There you go. You've seen a wagon. That's enough. Nah, only kidding. So this is a clean one. There are clean ones and dirty ones. Let's see if we've got any dirty ones in the consist. That one's a little bit weathered. A little bit beaten. This one looks like it's been weathered. And we have some deflectors to stop you getting bashed to death by the lifting things when it comes past you. I think hitting the deflector would probably hurt just as much, just tipping. Do any of these do anything? Ooh. You could really mess with your brakes, couldn't you? You can even release the distributor. Ah, empty load changeover, it's full. Can you let the gas out? No. Handbrake. Where are we going under here? Can we go under here? Can't go underneath, it won't let me. It's got brake blocks, which are released, which is correct, because I have released the brakes. Let's go up here. Oop. The buffers are nearly touching each other. All stretched out. Would you just want to undo one of those and see what happens? Ask the guy in Longford. Long story. One of our gas people. Can I get off? I want to get off. Right, I can get off. Can I? Come on, let me off. Let me off. Can I not actually get off? Come on. All right, let me off. I think maybe I can go that way. Okay, that's fine. No, stuck. Can I go this way? Can I fall down the middle maybe? How come I can walk through the fence? God damn it, I'm stuck. Well, this is good. Alright, control 0. That worked good. Right. 1. Okay. It did put me back in the cab, so that's good. Release the parking and train brakes and depart when ready. Did it have parking brake on? Did it? I thought it was released. Parking brake, release. Alright. Back to forwards. It's a German train. It's not a good horn. They never are. Right, let us release the direct brake and put on some AFB juiciness up to 40 and some throttle. Will it work? Oh good, it's backwards. And it's gonna drive! Yes! Can you remember PZB? No! Alright, back to the comments. V says, perfect time, my workday and stream starting at the same time. Excellent. I like that theory. PZB Ack, better get that ready. It's the red button. It's probably in now? Now. I would have thought I had to acknowledge that one, but I guess not. Anyway. Grumpy Englishman says it was about the cough secret. No, it was not about the secret. No, we got given a build that didn't actually have the DLC in it. So we had to wait a little while. So clean one, not clean one, not clean one. Shut up, Sifa. Clean one, not clean one, clean one, not clean one, clean one, not clean one, not clean one, clean one, not clean one. All right, back in the train. Because this is Germany. We don't muck around in Germany. No. We behave ourselves. Is there a magnet next to this signal? No. Andy says there's one that says gas, so is that the one you pre-built? Oh, probably. I'm pretty sure I did make one. Grumpy Englishman, the 187. It's a bit like that. I mean, it's a lot better than when it came out, but it's still, as I discussed with Adam, not great. Not great. Racing Transport, hello to you as well. VVVD said those tankers can be seen all over Germany. Very common, at least where you live. Bradmore says, what's the best train sim game for a complete train driver noob? I want to try it, but know nothing about driving trains, so needs a good tutorial. Well, there's about 380 tutorials on my channel for this game and various others. What would be a really good one for someone who's brand new to the concepts? I guess I can accelerate now too, can't I? Let's take it up to 70. And we can probably give it all the beans too. Max beans. Ooh, gratuitous bridge shot coming up. What's one for a new beginner? I reckon... Well, actually, do you like Thomas the Tank Engine? I'm not saying that facetiously. If you like Thomas the Tank Engine, it's probably the easiest one to get into that still has some seriousness, like signals and switching and scenarios and things. Otherwise, I would dive into Train Sim World, get into a train from the UK because their safety systems tend not to bite you very much, and go for your life. Enjoy. Learn to drive before you bother playing with safety systems at all. What I would suggest is making the brash assumption that TSW7's coming out and making the other brash assumption that TSW7 will be free when it comes out for the starter pack. I do recommend grabbing that. So that'll be in a couple of months. And there's a... No, PZB. Gotcha. I pressed the wrong button. And it's going to stop me, isn't it? Oh no, I was too slow. Oh dear. Fine. Okay. Stream sync swing bread song. None. You're not trying very hard to stop me, train. Honest. You're just not. Maybe you'll go again if I let you go. No, you're not going to, are you? I'm going to crash into this train. Oh no, once you said okay, it's fine. I think I was going to crash into that. That would have been a fun start to the stream, wouldn't it? So, Brit trains tend to be the friendliest, and their safety systems are the easiest ones to learn. Americans probably next, but they can be a bit of a handful on the hills. The commuter stuff's fine, but the big freight trains can be quite difficult to learn. I don't think I'd get into German trains, just saying. They're a bit angry and mean like this one. Yeah, we heard you the first 10,000 times, train. Thank you for your insistence. Yep, PZB. Gotta love it. I pressed the wrong button on my TSCX. It's entirely my fault. Because, you know... Grumpy says you should try PZB. You mean bastard. Brandball says to give it a look. I wouldn't. No. I wouldn't. I wouldn't start out with PZB. No, PZB bites you. Just like that time. Ooh, it's a nice ear. Just when you least expect it. Arriving right out of your clacker. Isn't that lovely singing of the BR-185? We are under monitoring, so we just have to sit here doing our 40 kilometers an hour. Better watch out going down this hill, actually. It will try and slow me down, but it may not succeed, so we'll just keep an eye on that. Andy says, found a bug. Certainly did. Would have found it earlier and they could have fixed it, but the build didn't have the train. Uh-oh. Safe to release? I don't believe you, but I will anyway. That one's release. There we go. Alright, let's take her back up to 80. Or 70 maybe. Yeah, it's 70 at the moment, isn't it? Quiet, Sifa. No! You are not doing that, Sifa. You're just not. Do we know if it layers into any other routes? It does not. Andy says, being given a build without the DNL set it is peak. Oh, well, you know, shit does happen. It was in the Xbox version. We're just not allowed to use that today. We'd have to run it tomorrow. Yes. Life. Bradmore says, Brill, thank you. Grumpy says, TSW7, no way, so excited. Of course you are. We're all excited. We're excitable little people. You get the impression that train's waiting for me, impatiently. Off we go to Schifferstadt. With a big train of Weiswurst. Weiswurst is the white sausage, isn't it? I think it is. Grumpy says, to be fair, TSD is very right, but PZB is fun. Look, it is fun once you start getting used to it. It'll still bite you at times after you've gotten used to it. It does bite me at times still. Clearly I haven't taken this route out for a while. How's our frame rate? Oh yeah, 60, it's fine. We make our way to Schifferstadt with our giant sausage. A giant sausage full of flammable liquids. Actually, an interesting thing, clearly in Germany, they're used to trains not derailing. Because in the US, you'd have buffer cars between the train and the loco. But Germans don't seem to care. It's like, no. Actually, one interesting thing from what I've read, and TSW doesn't seem to do this, when you've got flammable cargo, I think they run the front panto rather than the back panto. I read that somewhere, but I don't think TSW does it. And he says that didn't last long before you got your first one. No. And Grumpy says that TSD just don't know how to drive. Yeah, that's probably correct. I know how to drive real trains, not pretend ones. Ah, well, it's all good. I have all my confirmations back. I think I mentioned it in a stream on Sunday, but I have my confirmations that I will be driving at North Yorkshire Moors. So, awesome. That's going to be fun. Look, there's more of them. That train's longer than mine. That's not fair. I want more. What's that one doing? One of those was Z fighting for a little while, wasn't it? I think it was that one. It's a little flickery down the bottom. But anyway, she's fine. We'll get there. Can we go faster? We can go faster. We're probably limited to 100 though, aren't we? I would think. Rather than what the speed limit says. Bradmore says download it on PSC, we'll give it a blast this week. Yeah, go easy. Learn one train. So if you are into Germans, the train on Rapid Transit or the BR423 are probably the easiest. If you've just got TSW6, I'll have to have a look at what trains are in it and give you some thoughts. The stuff on Riviera will be pretty easy. The 150 and is it the Pendo on the Riviera, I think? They're pretty easy starters. They're simple, friendly things, unlike German trains. German trains like killing you. Andy said, German said, if it's not green, then spam the button and pray. Yeah. Yeah. We've got a new ambassador, Dave Pearson, and he's learning Germans for this. And he said, what do I do with PZB? And I said, every time you see a pole, a signal, a bush, a sign, something weird on the ground, a tractor, just push the button. You'll be fine. And always be slowing down. That's what PZB wants. Mark said, are there any mods that give you a realistic window screen experience? Dead bugs in summer, dirt in winter. Well, that'd be nice. But no, I've not seen anything like that. I think the way glass textures work in Unreal is that might actually be a little bit difficult. It's not a simple texture replacement. Glass is weird in Unreal. You want the gas? free gas. You want some gas? What are you staring at, Harry Potter? Oh, building. That's nice for you. I shouldn't do that when I'm driving German trains. Not really. Andy says the 802s in Riviera. One of the 800s. Yep. They're okay, though. They're pretty easy to drive. They're pretty straightforward. UK was Los Angeles, one of the Los Angeles routes, I guess. US, I mean, sorry. We have to come down to 60. And I'll have to acknowledge this, won't I? And are we going to make it? Yeah, I think so. I'm going to beat the little yellow line, I think. Looking promising. I'm beginning to wonder. I think we're going to put some brakes on. I don't think we're going to make it. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Oh, no, we didn't. I should have put brakes on much earlier. That's it. I'm going down. See ya. No, I'm kidding. I'll drive the damn train with its bloody PZB. See? This is why you don't want German safety systems. Morristown. How long have we been going? 29 minutes, and this is my second PZB. I am ashamed. I am ashamed. Might actually have to take that AF beta off to make it work. Maybe... No, I think it's happy. Grumpy likes the Arrow 3. Oh, hang on. Grumpy likes something? Wow. That never happens. You going to go forwards, train? You're not a 187. You're allowed to go forwards. Honest. What are you doing? You want more power? There we go. Oop, slippy. There we go. Now we'll just watch from the outside. Pretend we know what we're doing. And he also likes the Arrow 3. I have to admit I kind of do too. I don't drive it nearly enough, to be honest. Look at this big overpowered beast. The only way it could be better is if it's a Vectron. You think I would have noticed the Stoffat, which would have given me a hint for signals, but no. That's fine. Is the box connected? It is. Good. Doing well, boys. Doing well. Boys and girls, in fact. Aluna, hello. I missed your name there. How are you? I saw you there a while ago and thought I have to say hello to that person, and then I didn't, because I'm an idiot. Maybe it coincided with a PZB or something. I don't know. Ah, well, we'll be pulling into Schifferstadt in a moment, then I can pretend to be intelligent and do another one. Would you like a scenario or a service? Doesn't make that much difference with Adam's scenarios, but... The track's a little bit overgrown, isn't it? It's got trees in it. Is it meant to be like that? With trees in it? That seems rather unfortunate that there's trees in it, but I suppose it does happen. The trees in an active track? I don't know. But anyway, we should probably power off because we'll be stopping in a moment. $400 meters. I think the PZB helper is on, Andy. Pretty sure it is. You have to look at it, you see. Oh, shut up, Sifa. Zifa. What I should do is just drive with the safety systems turned off. We're going to get quite close to this signal, aren't we? Very close. Now it's just taken the piss. Well, that'll do. Another crew will take over from here because you're bad at PZB. Holy Trucker says this is why I don't own that expert loco shit. It's not an expert loco though, it's a normal one. Anyway. Should I try it with a 187? Maybe I should. Maybe I should try it with a 187. Let's see what happens. How bad could it be? It's been ages since I've tried a 187. I have to now. If it's on the route, we're trying it. Switching them off is option B, says Andy Ladd. Right, Ludwigsbahn. Timetable. Is the 187 here? Yes. Still fast Streck Horn. We'll take a short one because, you know, I don't want to do a long one in the 187. Let's get rid of dynamic weather. Let's have a bit of fog. Not that much fog. Bit of wind. Not that much cloud. And that'll be fine. Touch of precipitation, perhaps? Just a touch. Englishman's going to vomit now. What do you think, Kat? Is 187 any good? We're trying it. I've forgotten whether it's actually tolerable since it was fixed, to be honest, so we'll find out. And I've got to remember how to drive the thing. It's been so long. Train brake, and you've got a button on top, don't you? And you have to, I think, come around here. Push that. And there's a brake switch too somewhere, isn't there? I think, on this thing. Or is it on the back wall? Activate cab. Signal lights, auto, parking brake release. I don't even know whether its safety system switches are, but I know its safety systems aren't implemented that well, so we'll leave them be. It does have AFB, so it must have a button somewhere to turn AFB on. Wipers. There'll be a button somewhere to set the thing up. Direct brake is released. Train brake is in running. Let's just give it power and see if it works, I suppose. Brakes work. That one works. Let's just try to give it power and see what happens. It says wait for a minute. It doesn't want me to drive off yet. That's brakes that way. And that way's power. Okay. Let's sit on brakes for a little while. Does it actually let me set the reverser direction yet? I can't really tell. I guess so. button on the right screen like the Vectron? Maybe? Well, let's just see if we can release the brakes. Brakes, power? No, it's not even trying, so it probably is a button. It's been so long since I've tried to drive this one. Maybe this was a poor idea. Ah. Yeah, it's definitely still got the brakes on. Release. There's got to be a key somewhere that I have to put in. Help me, help me. This was probably a bad move, I think. Because I can't remember how to drive this. It's been so long. Is there any key under there? So that's already reset that plunger, I think. Yes. Can't see anything underneath. Maybe you need to put AFB on before it'll work. Power. Is that releasing the brakes? No. This train hates me, clearly. That's windscreen wipers, so that's nothing. Does anyone remember how to drive this thing? It's been a while. Brakes are cut in. Ah, now it'll work. Maybe. Release. That's released, isn't it? Yep, that's released. I think I'm going to give up on the 187. There is stuff in the other cab, but I don't think you have to key in the other cab. Because I did activate this one. Yeah, it's not believing my brake controls at all at the moment. Which makes me wonder. Oh, that is lighting up. You can just see it. Does make me wonder if it's got a parking brake on or something stupid. Battery is on. Parking brake applied. Parking brake released. We did activate the cab. Don't need a machine room light. I think you can go in there though. Dare we do it? Sifa. No key or anything weird here. Nah, she's too grumpy for me. Look at that guy making fun of us. Alright, I think we'll try a loco that I know how to drive. That sounds like a good idea. The loco did actually get some fixes, Holy Trucker, about 3 different patches. I'll have to learn how to drive it again. Andy says, has it confused if it's scenarios you didn't want to follow the instructions, sometimes getting ahead if it breaks the scenario. This one was a service, I think. So we'll choose a loco that I actually know how to drive. Vectron. Use the Vectron. Okay, we'll use the Vectron. Run the same one. Fog, touch of wetness, lots of clouds, more clouds. Bit of wind, bit more wind, go. See, you remember how to drive a Vectron. It's been a while since I've driven a Vectron too. It all comes back to you. It's like riding a bike. Right then. Why is it dark? Alright, Vectron, master key, cut in the brakes, forwards, release the electric brake, headlights, we want high beams, we want normal signal lights, there, that'll work. We don't need to open any doors. Keep the throttle off for the moment. There is a switch somewhere. Actually, on PCB, it's on here, isn't it? That one. There we go. And we want headlights. That looks okay, actually. That looks fine for headlights, so we'll leave that alone. And we want to turn on our safety systems, which are somewhere. Not those ones. There. We don't want LZB. We want PZB. CFA. Release the puking brake. Headlights on auto should be fine. And wait for a moment, it says. But let's just try it. Let's just see if it works. It was an unfortunate amount of throttle to just whack the thing with. Oh, I turned on AFB. Forward. I know we've got a red signal in front of us, but it's a little while away. Is that going to power up? AFB came on. Come on. Come on, Vectron. You know you want to. What haven't I done? The Vectron is a beast. Oh, it's doing something. It's not doing what I expect it to, but it's doing something. I think it's whinging that I'm rolling backwards. It's making noises. No. You're not even trying to power, are you? What haven't I turned on? There's something I haven't done yet. D should be fine. Oh, did I release that? No. Twat. That'll be what it is. Alright. Power. Come on. Come on. It's good going. Do I have to click the top or something? Yes. There we go. Beautiful. Vectronus Spectacularis. And it is a beast. I think we're still running towards a red signal, but we won't let that worry us too much. What a short train for the Vectron. That's shameful. That's just totally shameful to put a train that short on a Vectron. And is that signal still red, or have we got a shunt or something? No, it's just red. It is just red. Let me out. Relax, it's not the one on the left, it's the one on the right up there. Denied. Can we have a signal, Mr. Signalman? Please? Please? I want a signal. Holly Trucker says the Flix Vectron is one of your favourite locos in the game. Yes, it is a red signal. We can wait. It's not as though we've got anything better to do. That one's super weathered. Different lighting, I guess. Looks quite good. It's jiggling. Everything's jiggling. Were we on the 2 camera, perhaps? I think we were. Everything jiggles on the 2 camera. No, it's still jiggling. It's just sitting there having the jiggles. I think it might need a minor adjustment in this. Oh, you know what it might be? That might be simulating the liquid rolling back and forth in the tankers. That's possible. Either that or it's an earthquake. Is this what we're waiting for? Hopefully this is the train we're waiting for and we can go. Hello Trucker says, have you seen the two great 2026 timetable mods Joe has just previewed for the West Coast main line? Just Trains routes, they're going to be cool when they release. No, I haven't. As in Joe, as in British Ace? Right, here we go. Come, mighty Vectron, let's roll. Where's Lord Vectron when I'm driving a Vectron? He should be here. Where's my cup of tea? We are still limited to 45, so we shall behave ourselves. Ziffer. I'm going to have to learn how to drive the 87. I need to now. I'm kind of sad that I couldn't figure it out. Will AFB work? It's looking promising. Power's going off. Yes, it's working. Good. I was trying to figure out if they have suspension. I couldn't tell. So we make our way slowly towards Schifferstadt again. Trucker says, are you saddened by the loss of Sam Neill? Great man, very talented. Has he died or something? I was not aware. But yes. A good unit of a human. Lights on in here? No? It's just very bright. Why is it so bright? That's very sad. We shall have to not PZB this so we get flattened again. Look at me go. The other side of that bridge is much more interesting. I have noticed they've taken collision off a lot of stuff because, look, you can go straight through it. See, in my younger days, I might have actually climbed up on top of this thing and sat up here watching trains, but, you know, you can't do things like that anymore. People get upset. Ah, we should be able to go up to 60 now, shouldn't we? No, not fast travel. I wanted to do that, which I guess, is it Control F? Yep. It's Control F. There we go. It's different on every bloody train, but that's okay. Do you know, if I'd actually followed the PZB helper then when it said safe to release, I would be getting a Zwang Brengsang right about now. Andy Ladd says died today, age 78. That is very sad. He was quite a good actor. And unusually in that world, a reasonable human as well. Holly Trucker says, I was hoping he would save the Jurassic franchise once more. Well, maybe they'll revive him. He can come back as a Tyrannosaurus or something. You know, tiny arms. Cat's obviously taken to my wife's keyboard again. Yeah. Insists on sitting on her keyboard all the time. Leaves me alone all day. No. Whenever Christine's here, Cat's got to be on the keyboard. Bob says, morning, hope you're well. What routes this pack going to be on? Only Ludwigsbahn, Mannheim, Kaiserslautern. Or Kaiserslautern, I think it is. But anyway. You're going to have a grumpy cat in a minute. I thought you was watching The Mandalorian, then I realised it's nights. I thought you were watching The Mandalorian, then I realised it's nights. Oh, yeah. It's the current timetable, and they're not in the expert, they're only in the standard timetable. Which makes me think they were probably always there. You just couldn't see them. Hello, Lord Vectron. Drive it, and he will come. You've missed making fun of me for PZB. Twice. Yes, he's a bit like Candyman. You say his name and he turns up. We have a Christmas tree coming up on our right. It's got all the colours of the rainbow in the lights. Everyone misses you when you're not here, Lord Vectron. We all know that. Hey, just out of interest, after our discussion the other day, you know how I said we should get the Purple Pussy channel, and Richie said, nah, Purple Pussy plays. There it is. Subscribe away to its complete lack of content. All right, let's party on, I think. Off we go, Vectronus. Vectronus Acceleratus. Vectron's not struggling with this gas load too much. Benjamin, hello, how are you? Welcome along. We're driving cargo line. I tried to drive the 187, but it defeated me. Bob says, I have that route, so I might get it. Hope it gets added to other routes, flesh them out a bit with more stock in yards so they're not as bare. Yes, when you do that on consoles, they catch fire. That is the main reason that yards are bare. On my video about TSW being leaked, someone jumped in there and went, TSS released this, you just copied him. I look at the video timestamps, mine was up 9 hours before that, so I reply that, and he's deleted his comment now. It's like, who copied who? Benjamin is the second sub. Awesome. And you guarded your first train on Saturday. Magnificent. At Didcot, yeah? Slow down to 85. Ah, brakes, 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 brakes. Mini brakes, mini brakes. Lots of brakes. God damn it. So close. Ah, that'll teach me to watch. Don't read chat. Watch PZB. Oh no, this is red, isn't it? Ah, we're going through it. Boink. Yeah, okay, good. No, we're not playing that again. This is such a good way to show it off, isn't it? GW photography, the logo is so annoying if you change the language on this. Yeah, it would be. I just realized why my initial brake commands weren't working. They actually went through to the YouTube chat. Yes, Andy. Spad. Which really is one of these too. I don't know, is Nightbot being boring? Ludwigsbahn. Let's try something harder. Should we try the 187 again? No. 145 expert? No. 294. Oh, you want a train that gives you the shits. There it is right there. What about a 155? I haven't driven that for ages. Blue one. We're not going to run that same one again. We'll never get done. Let's go somewhere else. Custom weather. Ah, let's live dangerously. No, I want a thunderstorm. Go. Benjamin says, yep, only with the Gronk because it was too hot for Trojan. Oh, you English wimps and not running steam on hot days. Working in a cab that's 75 degrees is part of the fun. Oh God, it's not a tap changer, is it? Oh no. Yep. 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 What have I done to myself? Brake 1, that's released. And I've put myself in a tap changer. What do we got on the back? Hang on. That's not a cargo line train. Get out of here. Didn't I choose a GC? I thought I did. Holy Trucker says, not buying this as I hate German loco safety systems. Are too hard. That's why I collect Stama Islamic Republic locos only. It's one way to put it. I did like the soccer chant about Keir Starmer. It's kind of funny. I thought I picked a cargo line one then, but clearly not. And we're not going back in the 155 because I'm not dealing with a tap changer tonight. It'll just give me a headache. What do we run? G6? G6 is fun. About the 185. We'll do the 185. The Verka Dresden. Do a GC. I thought I did a GC, but I must have just... Oh, I see. I picked a gag. No, I can't do a gag. Mannheim to Saarbrücken. Saarbrücken to Mannheim. Let's do that one. It's the other way around. And custom weather. Lightning storm. Bit of fog. Go. GW Photography says the Payton and Dartmouth were running a GW large prairie tank. See, they know how to do it. They're real engine men. Don't whip out the diesel on a hot day. Right. Here's another one I haven't driven for donkeys. That's released. Good. Brake overcharge. Don't need that. Headlights. Normal. Yes. You're applied. You're applied. Reverser in. To neutral. Good. I suspect there's a thing for AFB under there. There is. CFA and Puzzbuzz over here. Oh, and there's probably signal lights too. Headlights. Police. Is there a cab thing? Doesn't look like it. Let's see if I can drive this one. Vipers? German Vipers. Okay. Into forwards. Come on. 40. We've got a green light, so we can just go. Brakes off. And party on. Oh, look at that. It's doing what I want. It's the first German loco ever to do what I want. More power. What have we got on the back? And do we have to acknowledge anything? No. Look at that, they can get wet. That was the main reason I got into a thunderstorm, was to make sure they could get wet. We should probably do some snow too, shouldn't we? Benjamin, they're going to run Pendennis Castle at Didcot. That would be good. Unfortunately, I'm not going to get to Didcot this year. I tried to make it work, but it's just not going to. There are way too many other things that the missus and I would like to do to fit in everything. I think we can accelerate, so we will. I think we'll get away with it. Why did I turn AFB off? What do you know? Control R turns AFB off. Did you know that? I didn't know that. Tell you what, we'll just drive it. We'll just drive. Won't worry about this AFB thing. Yeah, Control R, AFB off. Right, drive. There we go. What is the cost of this thing in Australian dollars? 2 times the Great British Pounds. 20 bucks. It's always pretty safe to just multiply the pounds by 2, and that gets you pretty close to the Australian one. It's actually the danger of travelling in the UK, to be honest, because you go and buy a cup of coffee and you get charged £5, and you think, that's about the same as home. But at home it's $5, so it's actually £2.50. So it's more. So it's not the same at all, it just feels the same. We got sparkles. Better jump in and watch the signal. No, it's green, it's fine. Did I hear people playing on the pitch then? So where are they? Zephyr. Zephyr. On our way to the extreme end of the universe, Mannheim. The big black 185. Bob says, one cargo line I'd like to see is a breakdown crane with scenarios including tending a crash to re-rail stuff and clearing the line. That would be magnificent. And there is a excellent working model of a breakdown crane at North Yorkshire Moors, and that same breakdown crane happens to have been used outside of the UK, so it could be a portable one. Suggest that to Adam. Racing Transport says the North Norfolk Railway N2 is returning from overhaul on Friday. That'd be cool. I think that was in bits last time I was there last year. Good little railway, the North Norfolk, if you haven't been. If you're in the UK, Didcot Rail Centre is awesome. The North Norfolk is a great little railway. It's only 3 stations, the North Norfolk, but they pack a lot into those 3 stations. It's quite a fun day. Lots and lots of opportunities to chase trains. If you go on a gala like I did, you can walk on the line side. Not on the tracks, there's paths that go all the way along the line. And there's lots and lots of vantage points along the railway for all different kinds of shots that you might want to get. It's very accessible, easy to get to. You can go to the first station on the line on the, I think it's Anglia. Yeah, it's Anglia, isn't it? Goes out there. So pretty easy to get to. Local accommodation's pretty good. Lots of places to eat. The only grumpy person I encountered was a guy that I was walking down towards the beach from the pub at night because I just wanted to see the beach, and I'd sit down there and eat the pizza that I'd bought. And this guy goes, "What are you looking at? Are you looking at me, woman?" And I went, "No, mate." And he goes, "Why not?" I go, "Yeah, good on you." No shortage of weird people in some places, that's for sure. GBP says Paignton and Dartmouth is really quite a nice line. I've seen videos of Paignton and Dartmouth, but I've never actually got to that one. I'm not going to as many railways this year. And of course, it yells CIFA just as I'm about to go and grab my spreadsheet and see which railways I'm going to, because I can never remember. That's why I've got a spreadsheet. Let's come back to the stream for a little while and do the CIFA and slow this thing down, because I have to remember I'm driving, not bloody AFB. There we go. That's happy. That's better again. What do we got? So we will be on the Caledonian Sleeper, so I'm doing the West Coast Main Line up to Glasgow. No trains for a little while. Then we're going to Markinch on the 5 Circle because we can. What else are we doing? I'll probably do the Cathcart Circle while I'm up there because, you know, I can. Yeah, it's cheap sightseeing. What are you going to do? We go over to York, and there's the NRM then. And a few other things. Off down to Gillingham and Chatham after that. Back to North Yorkshire Moors. Bit of the old Wrexham. Doing a castle tour of Wales with the Festiniog Railway and the Welsh Highland Railway in there. Off to St Fagans. What am I doing out here? So I'm trying to scroll my spreadsheet and I'm in the game. What is going on? Fine. We'll just stay in the chair then. We'll behave ourselves. There's a signal coming anyway. I better look. It's fine. No acknowledgement required. We're going to do some Torchwood and Doctor Who stuff. London Museum of Water and Steam. Doing a play. Doing the British Museums. We can go and look at all the stuff that you guys have stolen from the rest of the world. And, yeah. Tower of London and stuff. So it's not as many trains this time. Plenty of trains being ridden, but not many being visited. If that makes sense. And Benjamin says, welcome to hell. Andy says, you might want to check where you're going isn't affected by the wildfires. Quite a few areas of the country are on fire. Nah. Be underwater next, like we are. That's how it works. It's on fire one day, and the next day it's underwater. You're turning into Australia, clearly. But you haven't seen a wildfire until you're near a forest with 100-metre high trees that are throwing burning oil at you because they can. Thames Valley preview this week, says GWP. And that means I should get it soon. That would be cool. I'm going to be annoyed if Tadami comes out while I'm on holidays. How sad is that going to be? I'll have to drag my Steam Deck all over the country just so I can play it. I might have to try and coax Alex into letting me stream from DTG or something. See if he'll let me. I think I spattered last time I did that. It's quite embarrassing. I love the way that CIFA sounded like it was in a tunnel. I did see there is a mod for realistic sounding thunder, which I want to try. That would be quite good, I think. Bob says, Benjamin, they wouldn't need to show the crash, just taking the breakdown train to the site and maybe operating the crane to clear the line. Hey, you can show the crash, why not? Hello, Mark Moss, who's saying hello to himself. I think he sits here with a mirror. Mark Moss. Racing Transport says NNR is brilliant. The mixed traction rails and ales gala me and my mate go every year. Beer gala used to be on its own when it was better. Was it better or bitter? Oh, beer jokes.
Sifa.
Holy Trucker says, do the freight carriages have other skins? No, that's it, mate. They just have their, the thing that they drive around the country with all the time.
Sifa.
Surprised I didn't have to acknowledge that sign. Probably shouldn't use electric brakes for this. I should probably use the air. But, you know, we're here. I had a German freight driver tell me off for using electric brakes on freight. Bet you'd be happy you left that outside on a day like today.
Sifa. Sifa.
Andy says that's what's happening in Wales around the Conway. Huge forest wildfire happening at the moment. Quite a few people have to be evacuated from the area. That's boring. As long as they don't burn the castle down. They've got a couple of weeks to put it out before we get there. About 4. Hopefully it's gone out in 4 weeks. Surely they can do that. Racing Trait says, hot take, I don't care for Tadami. Look, Tadami, I have to admit, will be an acquired taste. If you like a peaceful, relaxing run with Japanese safety systems, that they're not really that hard. But Tadami would be a good one for you. If you're not into long, slow, meandering runs, it would probably bore the crap out of you. So not everybody's going to be into it. I think that's quite understood and expected. Bob says, indeed, if they can show crashes on Thomas the Tank Engine, then why not TSW, as this is aimed at kids too? Yeah, I would think they could do a staged crash with unbranded equipment. That would be fine. Mark says, surely the change to TSW7 will mean Tadami spends yet more time in dev. You think 7 and 6 are different games, don't you? Not that 7's confirmed or anything, no, even though I put a video up about it. Behind the white line umbrella, people. Andy says, no DTTs, Tadami is coming before the direct video releases. I'm hoping Tadami actually comes out earlier than that, because I would like to play it before I go. I did go and find my Steam Deck today, it's here. So I will charge the thing and update it and do all the necessary things. Racing Transport says Tadami is going to be one of those routes people get to do a service and then not install it on TSW7. I think some people will actually like it, Racing Transport. It's a particular mentality. And I can actually see it, to be honest, selling fairly well. But it is going to be something you need to like. So don't forget, people drive American freight for 3.5 hours to get up Cajon Pass at 2 miles an hour. They're quite happy with that. So it's not so different. So it'll be here before the 25th. Holy Trucker says, who has touched running train again since release? I have. But I think it will pale for a lot of people. Because it's the same runs over and over and over again. You're just trying to better your own scores. Let's use a bit of air this time. Air is much quicker at braking the train, I have to admit. Benjamin says, I'm curious what more they can add as core features now that we have announcements and train faults. Well, I'm sure we'll get something. There's a lot of people speculating that the dispatch mode will come. I personally would be surprised at that because the dispatch, the paddle idea only works for UK trains. So I'd be surprised if that went in as a core mode. Someone else was speculating that the screens in the cab would go in as core, and I really don't think so, because you'll turn that on once, you will see the impact on performance, because they have been in the game before, don't forget, and they will utterly tank the performance, and people will go, nah, that's not for me. And somebody on a PS4 will go, I'm getting 1 frame per second, you need to do better. Yep. Hello, Ian Bradley. You're not being a pain, mate. Trying to do the scenario again. I'm still stuck in the cab at Polesworth and inspect flag tyre. Try and jump to the other end. And are you on Xbox by any chance? So try and do control... What is it? Get to the other end? Control plus. See if it'll let you out up there. Because you're getting stuck in the chair, aren't you? Syke did try it on the Xbox today, and he said you can get stuck in the chair, but if you bounce around enough and squat and stand up and all those things, that you actually get off the chair eventually. And I was thinking that if that works, you can probably just go to the other end of the train. Benjamin says, I'll buy because it's Japan land. Oh, hey-oh! Hi, gazimasu. Bob says maybe those flatbeds used for carrying track and rails for engineering trains and track renewal could be a cargo line pack. That would actually be pretty cool, and they would, with some variation, be usable worldwide. Because while they're a little bit different from country to country, they're pretty much very similar. That'd be one of the things I'd forgive if it was running in the wrong country. I think I'd be quite happy because it's just such a novelty to have that kind of track thing. I know a lot of people wouldn't. A lot of people would be sad that it wasn't quite right, but they are themselves. Mark B said dispatch mode is for the NPC which jump onto the track. Yes, you should get them and give them a paddling. That's a paddling.
Sifa.
Why is Sifa taking 3 presses to release it? And he says, I think Tadami will end up being like Benina when I want a peaceful drive and just enjoy the scenery. That'll be the route I fire up. Yeah, quite possibly. I'm concerned at how it might run on my Steam Deck. I think I might have to put all my settings to low.
Sifa.
And he says, I doubt Gen 8 will get any more TSW releases. I think DTG has pretty much said the ship has sailed now. I hope it doesn't. I really do. Because the rest of us do suffer a bit for Gen 8. Be much nicer if we didn't have to. Ian Bradley says, standing on the chair. Can you do Control Plus to go to the other end? Does it work? Bob says maybe they'll test the role of the signaller in TSW7. They've already done guard mode and dispatcher. The only main one left is signaller. That would have good potential, I think. But signalling is so different across the different eras and different countries that it might be challenging to do it at anything other than a fairly simplistic level. Lord Vectron wants an expert Vectron. Well, it wants you too, Lord Vectron. They sound all right, don't they? Holy Trucker says Dovetail will lure them in with the Gen 8 route specifically so they buy and get bummed out again. You know, it would be funny if that was deliberate, but I don't think so. I don't think that's too likely, Holy Trucker. Mark B says, with the current hardware situation, it would be unwise to ignore Gen 8. Nah, I don't think it's as bad as people say, and now that the Chinese RAM market's hotting up, I know a guy that's built a gaming PC with 2 DIMMs, and they actually work quite well. So he's got one of the new AMD boards that supports them. It's going okay. So I think with HUDIMs on the horizon for everybody, all that's really happened by the AI glut of RAM demand is that the more Western organisations producing RAM are going to do themselves out of a market because the Chinese will steal the whole market and the other ones will never get it back. Forgot this route was nearly all downhill. It's fun. You're flying in the air, Ian Bradley. Awesome. Are you able to record what happens by any chance? I mean, I will try it on the Xbox as well, but it might be a little while before I've got time to do that. That looks yellow to me. Weirdest signal box ever. And a little cute train. That next signal, is that red? Is that my signal? I think it is. It's a problem with running with the indications off on the HUD, is you actually have to learn what the signals mean. strange thing to do with your umbrella when you're out in the rain. And she's putting it back on again. Fair enough. Each to their own, I guess. I'll just creep towards this red signal and somehow it's bad. Should we go talk to the people? Especially the ones putting their umbrellas away. That's just kind of funny. Waiting is only freight can. Benjamin says, Gen 8, get out, mate. So you're actually flying in, Bradley. That sounds uncomfortable. Bob says, Andy, the Benelli has a bit of freight too, though it's hauled by Allegra and Tadami is passenger. I think Tadami, beautiful as it looks, doesn't look like it has much gameplay potential. Ah, we have the green. And power on. Andy says Gen 8 has hardly any DLC releases this year, and I think Alex hinted in the Discord Q&A they are done with Gen 8. I hope so. Less to worry about. Holy Trucker says, did console ever get to install all the DLC they purchased in the end, or they still have to go without some? They've got it all. I don't know if they can have it all installed at the same time, but they've got it all. Most consoles haven't got the storage to actually have all the DLC anyway. My Xbox is certainly feeling the pinch, and I think I've got 100 DLC on that thing. Ooh, am I in monitoring? I am in monitoring. Why am I in monitoring? Well, I was. I'm now out. Okay. I don't know I was in monitoring. I was behaving myself. Ian says, press 1, now in the other cab. Yay, so you got out of the chair. Good, there's a workaround. The only downside of that is it means they'll take longer to fix it. Then Bob says, I think Yamanote line would have been a better choice than Tadami, as it give the option of Shinkansen in time and route hop between the other lines out of Tokyo. Yamanote's the circle, isn't it? Like a really big circle. Could you imagine Train Sim World with Tokyo Station? It would explode. There's like 400 trains in there at any one time. That's at 3 o'clock in the morning. Don't underestimate what the Japanese and Chinese will buy too, because those games that I play, the Japanese rail sims, they're really only entertaining for a couple of runs. Yeah, but they're still $60. Got past that before PZB whacked me. This is good. 25 Ks to go to Mannheim. Where are we on the route? Bit over halfway. We've gone through all the curly bits. We're in the fast bit now, but we can't go fast because we're not allowed to, because we're carrying gas. Benjamin says, train sim weird. Holy Trucker says, TSW has to be the largest gaming console history. Right, or is there another that is larger? I did see someone talking about another game that has a similar level of DLC, but I haven't seen one. Ian says, I'm also stuck in the cab at the other end. Oh, great. So does it happen when you try and stand up and you press the Y key? Try crouching. See if you can crouch. Andy says, in terms of installation size, it's likely to be up there. It is a big unit. It's a very big unit. Bob says, I just thought Tadamia with the third narrow gauge route as it's 1067, third after Rosalini and Bellunolini as they are meter. Indeed.
SIFA. Zugbeeinflussung.
What is slower than me that I caught up with? Still yellow, so we're okay. Big signs that go, Excuse me not reading the chat as I approach a PZB marker. I'll get back to you, honest. Oop, it's gone green anyway. We are clearly following something, though. Vectron says PC is 590 gig for all of it. Doubt install size is greater than that on consoles. No, it's not. It's about the same. In dev, it's a little bit larger, though, Lord Vectron. Benjamin says, I tried loading 151 DLC on Xbox Series X and it just wasn't having any of it. 594.6. Why is it a scam, Lord Vectron? 800 gig on PS5. It's got more storage. You can have PS5 Pro, which has got more VRAM as well, which is helpful. I did notice Joe, as in British Ace's frame rate went up quite a bit when he went to the PS Pro. Which is funny, because people say it makes no difference at all, but that extra VRAM with a game like TSW makes a lot of difference. We must be following a stopping service of some kind, I guess, since there's a station there. Oops, too quick. Too quick.
SIFA.
Holy Trucker concerned this year will bring more, and soon console going to have to shit itself because size of the DLCs, storage shortage, it's got to collapse. Well, it doesn't have to collapse, people just have to choose. I mean, it's physics. You can't put more in the bottle, mate. Hey, if you ever look at smartwatches and you see an ad for a hard hat, don't, they're shit. Replaced it.
SIFA. Zugbeeinflussung.
Explain this to me. How can I order a Sense 2 from Germany for $250 less than it is here? How is that possible? Germany being one of the most expensive economies on the planet. How is it so? It does not make sense. We've definitely come into the stopping territory, haven't we? Because we're green again up there. Holy Benjamin says big unit. That's what she said. Holy Trucker says, I hate having to keep older German routes installed so I can have all the locos for more modern German routes. Well, you know, it's a hard life. Install one country at a time or something.
SIFA.
See, of all the things people complain about in TSW, you really can't complain that there's too many DLC. That's a bit unfair, that one. You just have to choose what fits on your machine. Because it's not like a PC where you can just buy more. Or a Steam machine, which is a fairly overpriced PC for the capabilities you get. They should have seen the light and gone for hoodims. Nope, never press the 8 key. Hopefully I stayed slow long enough for that thing to get ahead of me, so we'll speed up a little bit. I hope. Although, what does this one say? 100. Yep, good-o. Bob says maybe you're stuck behind a local service stopping every station. I kind of think I am. Feels that way. Ian says, I've pressed every button on the top row of letters in the keyboard. It has let out. Yay! That's good. Now you can go and inspect your flat wheel that's not flat. Lord Vectron says Dev is 1.25 terabytes. Yes, used to be there myself. Not anymore. Yay! Vectron says good news is new Dev is now compressed so it's the same size as retail builds. That also means it's harder to hack. Just saying. Andy Led says my largest install file size on my PC for DCS, which currently sits at 1.3 terabytes. That's pretty scary. Holy Trucker says DCS I can't put down. Don't think at the moment. And I bought the Tank Crew DLC 2. Amazing experience in VR. Which is probably why you onto Panzer Man so often. Poor Panzer Man.
Zugbeeinflussung.
Ziffer. I don't mind this kind of service. They're more interesting than just flying along the line at flat neck. Grumpy says, I'm looking forward to Korea, but the AI looks worse. Never gotten into anything like TCS. That's probably a good thing. The games I do play are expensive enough. Oh, that looks red.
Zifa.
Should we creep on it? Probably. We'll creep on it and hope it goes away by the time we get there. Actually, come to think of it, let's go have a look. Is there something in the station? We're following one of them, I'm guessing. Only 35 minutes late, Bradley. Must be an Australian train driver. Grumpy says Transport Fever 3, Zero Company Star Wars. I will get Transport Fever 3 and play it. But I have a faint suspicion it'll end up like TF2. I think I played it for about, I don't know, 13, 14 times. And then I put it away and never got it out again. Because tycoon things just don't excite me that much. They're not my kind of game, generally. But I'll get it and play it, because, you know, if you don't, it's channel suicide.
Zifa. Zifa.
Yay! I'll have to remember to stay at 45, though.
Zifa. Zifa. Zugbeeinflussung.
Have you convinced your mate to sell me a PBC Pro yet? Grumpy says Gunner Heat is a good tank game. Holy Trucker says check that. I'm glad you got through that, Ian. You shouldn't have to go to that sort of extent, though. That's mental. So I will alert them. I'll have to play it myself.
Zifa.
So I can record it and do the steps to reproduce and all that sort of excitement. Oh, we're up to 70 now. Okay. These tank cars are quite heavy, you know.
Zifa.
Look at them all dutifully standing behind the yellow line. German people are so good. $400 mods, grumpy Englishman. Bloody hell. How do you keep that working? $12 more Ks to Mannheim and Sifa.
Zifa.
I'll leave you guys to enjoying your tank games. I'd probably join them all together and make them into a train. Grumpy thinks you'll get TSW 7 when it's 70% off at Christmas. Well, you never know, it might be. You never know. No, look at that.
Zugbeeinflussung. Zifa.
Vectron's telling Grumpy he has to pre-order because he knows the rules. Oh, that's just gone from red to yellow. So we'll just keep rolling. Benjamin says, seen some interesting chains while last Didcot, the British Pullman, Flying Banana, and a track maintenance train all came in at once. I even saw the GWR Chenier train. Didn't impress her much.
Zugbeeinflussung.
Zugbeeinflussung. Won't let us go that fast. No. Ian says, if you'd done the scenario live for me, you had to issues apart from being able to get off the platform ramp. I actually think that platform ramp might be the cause of the problem, so I have a faint suspicion it's sticking up in the air, and if you stop maybe earlier or later, it might actually be okay. I see we have the green again up there, so we'll continue. And even though it says we can release, I will not. Actually, I can see a second green, so it is okay to release, so I will. I don't release unless I can see two greens. Zifa. But even though I released, I'm still limited to 70. That's interesting. Haha, you got a red one. Sucks to be you, buddy. Oh, another yellow. The joys of approaching Mannheim. Hochbahnhof. At least I don't have to slow down for this one. I'm already doing under 70. Holy Trucker says, same, I'm over TSW purchase every year. Korea this year for me. Instead, we have TSW fatigue every year. Same shit, new game. It is actually good if you're feeling disconcerted or grumpy with a game. It is good to walk away from it for a while. There have been weeks that you've probably noticed I have not streamed TSW. I've streamed something else every time. But this week, I have TSW tonight, TSW on Wednesday, TSW on Sunday morning, and TSW on Sunday afternoon. Because they're all things people have asked for. Oop, that's red. That'll be red. All red.
Zwangsbremsung. Zwangsbremsung. Zwangsbremsung.
We're gonna make it.
Zwangsbremsung. Zwangsbremsung.
I deserved the Zwangsbremsung that time.
Zwangsbremsung. Zwangsbremsung.
Definitely deserved that one. Well deserved. Andy said an armoured train game would actually be fun, I reckon. There are a few. There are a few around the place. I have to stay under 25k until I pass that signal. If you have a look on Steam, there's a few. Just wait for the brakes to finish going off. They're still going. They're almost off here. Might be a little while for the back. Because that was an emergency brake. That was a dump of the air. We'll just be patient. I won't test the power of the mighty 185 too much. Yes, we will. Oh, Newt. Skull drag it. He's slipping. It's getting there. The mighty Siemens. You can figure it out, train. You're a Siemens. All right, maybe you can't. We'll just be patient. Oh, what do we got? Benjamin says, bring Big Boy to TSW. Francis Bourgeois would be all over it. Bob says, I'm going to wait to see the big reveal for TSW7 core routes. If any are not to my taste, then I'll just get the free upgrade for the core game. Definitely do get the free core upgrade. Let's make the assumption it is free, because it may not be. I'm just saying, you know, nothing's out there. But definitely do get it. Don't miss out on that. Whether you download it, that's entirely up to you. You don't need to. But don't trap yourself behind a paywall if a route turns up that you're interested in the future. Andy asked about what's happening with Century Steam. Yes, it has been in development for a long time. I think they're working on gameplay now, so, you know, GTA 6 first, Half-Life 3, then Century of Steam maybe. Well, the good news about stopping for that long is at least I should have gotten rid of that other train. The emergency brake saved my bacon. Yes, it did. Fried with 2 eggs. Benjamin says, you know, Francis Bourgeois wanted to make a charge Didcot £10,000 to make a public appearance. Needless to say, it did not happen. What a wanker. Let's go to a volunteer organisation and make them pay a whole lot of money. Yeah, good plan. That's a magnificent thing to do. I like it. $5Ks to Mannheim. That is a mental cat. We'll just stick with about 80Ks so we stay away from that train. Ziffer. Holy Trucker plays Medal of Honor. Walk through an entire train popping Nazis. I could see you doing that. Could probably see a younger me doing it too, but I'm not fast enough for FPS games anymore, really. I know my limitations. Ian said, try moving the train forwards and reversing, not starting again though, and no matter where I stopped, on or off the platform, I couldn't move except for spinning on the chair. That is so weird. But I do think it's something to do with that hump I found at the end of the platform, the invisible hump. I think you're probably stuck in it. Would be my bet. Which means it's worse on the Xbox. Trucker says, tell Dovetail a lot less people, as you're finding out tonight, couldn't be asked for the new game and reinstall. I'm surprised to hear not many buying new. Well, don't forget that there are a lot of players who probably never go near an ambassador, probably never go near the forums, never really go near anything. So you don't hear from most of the players, I suspect. Mark says, I've always bought a version to get the early access this year, or Christmas at the earliest. It's not that I can't afford it, but the blurry texture optimization is a pain. It's fine. Vote with your wallet, mate. Vote with your wallet. It's a very important message. Grumpy says, the last few DLCs have been great, like the British and American ones. Maps look top notch.
Zugbeeinflussung.
3Ks to Mannheim. I think we all feel this way because this year went so quick. I mean, shit, we're back at Dovetail Direct again. Already a year. TSW6 is over. And Andy's only ever played the base game, never bought the DLC, but check them out. At least we're bypassing this station. That's not red. All good.
Zifa.
And I think that message has gotten through that quite a lot of the player base is disenfranchised currently. And I think that's why all the big patches started coming out. Bit of a reaction to that. Because the out of the two different kinds of ambassadors, there are those who get the DLC, make some content, and don't play it anymore. The ones who are players have been very vocal. Very vocal in making our and your feelings known. Bob says, what happened to the American patches? They didn't drop what they were supposed to. I know it didn't happen for me, or were the American ones pushed back a bit? I think there's been some, but not all that many. So there's definitely been some patches. There are more expected.
Zugbeeinflussung.
But of course, when they chuck all these patches together, they have to actually get through QA.
Zifa.
We're just going to roll in slowly, wait for that train to piss off and go to the portal. Holy Trucker says, I mean, at Christmas we can get deluxe for $40 or $50. I'm going to wait this time. That's fine, mate. You absolutely should. If you can handle the FOMO,
Zifa.
always wait. That goes for any game. That's not just TSW. That's anything. For me, I kind of have to get things up front earlier because of the channel. Well, I buy things pretty early, but the channel does actually pay for the majority of my games. It's actually beginning to make enough money that it pays for the majority of the games and pays for its share of the internet, which is nice. Because I buy faster internet to be able to stream smoothly and not impact the family. Because it's not that fair to me to go, don't do anything. Whereas now if, you know, someone's Steam starts updating or Munchkin starts updating something on console, it doesn't really matter. So it's good. Holy Trucker says, your money is going on IL-2 Sturmovik planes now. Kinjitsuka, what does the 1000 hertz refer to? It's a warning from the signaling system and tells me how fast I'm allowed to go.
Zifa. Zifa.
And I'm just crawling because there's another train in front of me. It's a bit slow. I'll pick up the pace a little bit though, this is a bit too slow. Benjamin says it would help if they get their patch notes right. Only took them a couple of tries. They are a bit challenged with the patch notes, but not talking out of school, the community team tend to find out what's in the patch. They got a bit of an idea up front, but they find out the exact final mix minutes before they put it out, generally. Sure.
Yeah.
That seems too high.
No.
Okay.
I accidentally charged you something twice and it was like $1,000.
Oh, cool. Other half's just going through money and reconciling bank accounts and stuff, and I've got more money than I thought, so I'm happy.
Zifa. Zugbeeinflussung.
1.7 Ks to Mannheim Bahnhof. Gratuitous bridge shot as we crawl in. And the little trams. Look at that. You know, I've never actually seen one, and there's two of them. Going ding, 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 ding. And I don't know if you noticed, but those two cars just drove through each other.
Sifa.
Sifa. Just about there. Why does Sifa pop up just as you have to answer the signal? Why is it so? Just roll into the yard. Looks like the house we're selling has got enough money to pay what it owes me as well, which is nice. Kinjitsuka says, great advice, always wait for game sales. Absolutely. Holy Trucker says, you want to make money, tutorials and mod reviews are always searched the most. Tutorials certainly do get a lot of views, even really old ones do. Most of my videos get usually 180 to 350 views. The tutorials tend to get to the 600s, low thousands. Depends how complex the train is. I think my Expert 145 tutorial is the most sought out, but it only really shows you the basics of the train. It doesn't show you much of the complex stuff. But I don't know it well enough to make a competent tutorial for it. Like to. Well, I don't have the time. Ian says hello wherever you went. Andy says, having more money than you thought has a massive bonus. It turns out the other way around. Yes, it does. It is very normal. So I can donate you a free copy of Tears of 7. Well, I never asked for anything out of DTG when I hit 10,000, so, you know. Gone over 12 now. Maybe I should ask for a few complimentaries. Trouble is, they never give out the comps until after early access is over, and then everybody that I know wants to buy it already has, so... Crawling on in. Holy Trucker says you should change your channel name to the Honest Aussie, lol. I'll tell you. That would be a good name, wouldn't it? We have got the new channel that's got no content though. Just seemed necessary at the time. I kind of made it as a joke, kind of made it to see what I do. The joke was that I could create a automation that would read a random thread from the forum, summarize it, make a script, use an AI voice, automate the game to play a service, record that, put the AI voice over the top of it, perhaps with Purple Pussy here, and just put that up as videos. And just put one of those up every week and just see what happens. I'm going to be hilarious. The only downside, of course, is YouTube don't like full-on AI content. Which is weird, because they give you all the AI access to make it. But, you know. Each to their own, I guess. I can see the prompt now. Read and summarize this thread. Make a script. Make it really whiny and self-interested. Here we go. That's the end of this one. How'd we do? Glod. What's the actual score that I got glod? So correct cab setup, 0. Safety system, so I got points for that. So it's my speeding and my being naughty, I guess. That was that one, wasn't it? That's where I got whacked. Right. I think that might cover it for tonight, actually. So I think we've done about as much as we're going to with the big white Weiswurst. Because it's basically more runs of that. So, yes, it does need to be in other routes. I've already told Adam that it needs to be spread across things. Holy Trucker says, at least you're honest with the Class 90. The holes through it on the wall reminds me of the house from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Hectic Jojo, missed most of the preview. It's a bit of a blue day. What's the verdict so far? Well, we managed to get stuck on it, which was kind of funny. I think we should do that. Let's go and get stuck on it again, because it's funny. I don't think Adam's watching today. He might be. Might be just quietly in the chat. You never know. But I'll make sure he knows that if you climb up there, you can't get off. So let's go and do that again. Whee! Let's see if it's reproducible, actually. Yeah, there's no step on this one. Must be at the other end. There's the steps. Up. Can we just go over and get down the other side? Oh, look, we can get off. Why couldn't I get off last time? And you just get off. What's going on there? Can you go through the railings? Yep, you can just walk through the railings, walk over the air. See, I'll just walk along the coupler. Maybe I'll go over here and walk along the buffers. I'll go over here and I'll walk along this buffer. What is the yellow thing? Manual coupling. Yeah. Interesting thought. It's interesting that I can get off it and I actually, you know what's different? It's 2 steps facing each other. What happens if it's 1 step by itself? Is this when you can't get off? No, straight off. So I have no idea what that was. But you can still just walk through the fence. But the being able to walk through the fence, I would suggest to you, is actually part of the new optimization regime, because removing the collision on things is helping dramatically. There's lots of stuff has no collision now. What about this pole? No, it's still got collision on that. Plants won't have it. Lots of small things won't have it. You'll be able to walk through lots of stuff now. Let's see if we can walk through this or if we hit it. They should really take it off track. No, you get stuck on that one. They should take collision off track so that you don't bump over it when you go on it. Because I don't think that adds that much value that you bump up and down like this. Sure, we'll give up control. Let's go get in it and watch the person drive. And you really want to annoy the AI? Boop. There you go, buddy. How you doing? We can play with your controls too. Whee! 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 Haha, that one worked. Now what are you going to do? You got no power. And you're going to spad. Look at that. What are you going to do, mate?
Sifa.
You can't stop.
Sifa. Sifa Zwangsbremsung.
Oh no, it's going to save him. Oh.
Sifa Zwangsbremsung.
Sifa saved him.
Sifa Zwangsbremsung.
Can I spawn a cargo line and oil next to each other? Sure.
Sifa Zwangsbremsung. Sifa Zwangsbremsung.
Do you want their oil or...
Sifa Zwangsbremsung.
Oh, a cargo line oil. Okay. What would that be? A 66 probably. HKA. Can't remember what they were. 66 TBS. FKAs, not there. Class 66 one. Sea cows, not that one. FCAs, KWAs. Sea cows, nothing. EWS, MFAs. Is it MFAs? TEA tankers. There you go. Is that what you wanted? Or do you want to see that they're different, don't you? They are different. They haven't just painted them white or anything. So they are quite different as you walk along down there. You could really annoy that guy at the front, couldn't you? Whee! Annoying AI since 1975. There you go. You've seen them next to each other. Is that a tractor? Oh, it's these. Oh, I tried to get up on it, but it wouldn't let me. Anyway, we can leave Mr. 185 to itself and Mr. 66 EWS to itself as they enjoy their cargo line delights. So I think I shall bugger off. On Wednesday night, I'm going to run the new timetable in Fife Circle. Sunday morning will be the reduced timetable on Preston Crew on Xbox. And I'm going to do something for the Americans on Sunday night because I hardly ever do. Hey, he's leaving. He's figured it out. Well done, dude. And it'll be the Horseshoe Curve minor inconvenience scenario, which looks quite interesting. It looks like there's a loading at the start and then you've got to run a heavy train down that bloody hill, and I'm sure it'll be a pain in the ass, but we'll see how we go. There you go. So they're not all that similar. Anyway, enjoy yourselves, folks. We shall catch you around, and I hope to see you on Wednesday night with the new timetable in Fife Circle. Alrighty, enjoy. See you later.